Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for another very special edition of WOWSA Live with our host, Ned Denison.
Hello, everybody. I'm the chairperson of the International Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame, and I'm delighted to introduce and announce our newest honor organization, class of 2021, the Capri-Napoli organizational team for the marathon. Luciano and Carolina, I met you several times now. Luciano, can you introduce your team, please? And yourself.
Yes, good morning. Hi, Steve. Hi, Ned. Today here with me, there are also a part of the team that I want to introduce. Aniello, Sammarco, press office, and Carolina Giacco, assistant manager. And we are very happy to be here. And I want to thank IMSHOF for having made sure that an historic and traditional competition such as ours could enter the Open Water Hall of Fame. And I think the right way to celebrate 55 editions in 67 years of a long history.
Let me introduce the organization and the event to everyone. This marathon started in 1954 by two IMSHOF honorees, Lello Barbuto from Italy and Major General Ahmed Zorkani from Egypt. This race became what we call a major, if you think of tennis and golf in the same sense. It was a world championship for the International Long Distance Swimming Federation up until the early 1990s. And probably more important than that, this was the premier race for the elite swimmers in Europe. The race went dormant for a few years and it resurfaced in 2003. And we want to thank our honoree Luciano for his role in that. And it's now, again, a key race on the FINA circuit. I want to give you some statistics. As of 2020, more than 66 IMSHOF honorees have completed this course. It's now open it's been opened as an open race, so epic marathoners can compete, and along with relays. This race has now had swimmers from more than 57 nations around the world to compete, and so that's really the introduction, and they were voted in for the excellence in that area. Luciano, tell us what happened for you to resurrect this event in 2003. What prompted you, and what steps did you take?
Yeah, well, I already know the Capri-Napoli Marathon since I was a child. Unfortunately, as you told, the competition was no longer organized from 1993 to 2002. And in those years, I had recently finished my studies in sport marketing, and I was already working with my father in organization boxing events. And five-time winner of the Capri-Napoli and family friend Giulio Travaglio, he also is an IMSHOF honoree, asked us to work to restart this important world marathon, and I accepted this challenge. Also because when I was a child, I used to swim thinking to face the Capri-Napoli, a dream unfortunately I didn't realize. And but so at least thanks to my work, many other swimmers have had the chance, the opportunity to swim again one of the most important race in the world scene. And on 2002, together with other people, including my business partner at that time, Anna Emanuela, also expert in marketing, we decided to work on it. And after almost a year of hard work, on 24 August of 203, after 11 years of stop, the Capri-Napoli restarted with the edition number 38. A great satisfaction for us because, as I told you, this is an important race in the world scene. And since that day, as you told, we had 18 editions, and the race is a key point of the FINA ultramarathon circuit, normally the final stage during the season. And among the official competition and open competition that we had during the years, starting from 2003 to 2020, about 250 swimmer in solo and 365 swimmer in relay from 57 nations participated at the race. Considering that it is a 36 competition, these are numbers that certainly to be proud of.
Let me bring the others in from your team. Carolina, tell us some of your best memories over the last involvement of the race. What stands out? What makes you smile when you think back?
Okay, well, hello everyone to start. So I'm pretty new in this organization, unfortunately, but I'm sure I'm gonna last for a long time. So I started working with Luciano last year. So 2019 was my first edition, but I have to say as a woman that this year's edition was particular and special for me because the winner was Arianna Bridi. She won this competition against all the predictions. She won a new record. So and she was the first female doing this. So with all this COVID-19 emergency, she couldn't train as she wanted to. So all the predictions were really against her succession, but she won everything. And I can surely remember the moment when she arrived at in Naples. She was like smiling, she was beautiful, like she had a nice swimming around her hometown, her home. So that was an unforgettable moment for me, for sure.
So a young Italian woman wins the race, sets a world record, and beats Ana Marcela Cunha from Brazil, probably the greatest swimmer ever. So it's a good memory for you, I can imagine. And Aniello, what memory do you have? You're on mute.
Aniello probably has a problem.
Okay. Francesco, are you able to speak as well? You're on mute for the moment.
Francesco too is the problem. Okay.
So Luciano, you don't have the memory of the Italian woman winning. You have to have another memory now.
Yeah, for sure. It's another great history to remember about this incredible and amazing race like Capri-Napoli.
When I talk to these elite swimmers, current and going back to Claudio Pleat and others from way back, Capri is just their favorite event, their favorite place. It's like a second home to them. Why is it so special to them?
And I think because this is one of the things I remember, that some swimmer like Claudio Pleat, Paul Asmuth, Irene van der Laan, all IMSHOF honorees, they want to be present at my first edition of 2003 when the Capri-Napoli is back. Also because they are very joined to this competition, and especially Claudio Pleat is very joined to the competition also because he is an Argentinian. And as you know, here in Naples we had Maradona, and so in that years when Maradona was here in Naples and he was our champion, Claudio Pleat come to stay with us here at the Capri-Napoli, and he won a lot of edition of Capri-Napoli. And so two great Argentinian champions like them stay with us. And all the Napolitan people loves in that years Argentinian. So a great experience for them and a great experience also for us.
This year you managed to run the event. Most events around the world were canceled. You had to delay your swim, but you managed to run both the elite and the open swim. Tell us about the challenges. Well, tell us why. Why didn't you take the easy road and just cancel like everyone else? And how did you manage it?
Well, 2020 will be remembered as the year the world had stopped. Even during the lockdown, we were in contact with swimmers. Many of them, even those registered in open races, however, asked us to not stop. And each tried to find a way to continue training. And in that moment, also FINA decided to cancel the 2020 circuits. And many competitions have stopped. But on the other hand, even stimulated by the continuous requests by the swimmer, we want to go on. And seeing the improvement coming, we postponed the open competition to September and confirmed the elite competition for September 6th. The swimmer didn't stop, and so we decided to don't stop at the same time. And it was a challenge in a challenge. In full compliance with the security protocols, we were able to organize two competitions within a few days of each other. And with the satisfaction we talked about before, because we had a great elite competition with a lot of records, because Arianna Bridi broke the record and won the competition. The three first men also beat the records. So a great satisfaction for us, and also for the unofficial competition, great results for the about 30 swimmers come here for the Capri-Napoli. And as I told you, a challenge in a challenge. And I think at the end, it was for sure a good choice.
It was interesting. I was a participant this year, and June would not have worked. I don't think the flights were available. Italy temporarily conquered COVID. September opened up. The flights from Europe were available. Claudio could not fly in from Argentina because of the flights were not available. But Anna from Brazil had been training in Portugal, so she was able to arrive. I had my temperature taken more times in Naples than I had in the previous 5 years. I wore a mask maybe 3 times in my life before I arrived at Naples. Everybody was wearing a mask. The briefing was socially distant, and photographs were interesting with masks on. And I have to say, the ability to visit Pompeii, had been on my top 10 list for my entire life. I had the tour underground of Naples, which was unbelievably fascinating. And then the city was full of life. The trip out to Capri, a challenging swim, I have to say. I go back next year, Luciano, and maybe you take some of those waves away at the end. But it really was an amazing trip for me. And it was the only trip I managed to get the whole summer. It was very special.
Yeah, for sure. And all that you told, I think it's important, because this is a special race also because it's one of the last epic marathon, because this is a crossing starting from a point, an island, and arriving to the mainland. And this is a very special challenge for the open water swimmers, I think. And the fact to swim in the Gulf of Naples with a lot of beauties. You start from Capri, a wonderful island, and you arrive to Naples, a wonderful, very beautiful city. And then at the same time, when you swim, you have the opportunity to see all the Gulf of Naples. So Sorrento, Pompeii, Vesuvius, Ischia, and a very special race field. And I think in the collective imagination, probably the Capri-Napoli represent what the New York Marathon represents for athletics, even if from a sport point of view, they are certainly different. But every swimmer, I think, every open water swimmer would like to face Capri-Napoli in their life, at least once in their life, professional or amateur. This is a special race, and I think also for this reason, all the swimmers want to come and face the marathon.
Carolina, you've been there a little more than a year. Were you surprised at how special this event was for the people of Naples, or is this something you grew up with?
Well, no, I already knew the competition, of course. So I knew he was how important and how special it was for the city. But you know, when you are far from this environment, you can't really feel the emotions and the love for the swimming and this kind of competition, and it is something that you really feel on your skin when you live it. So at the end of every event, every year, I live it with this feeling of starting back, and I can't wait to plan and join the next edition. So it is part of me right now, even if I'm not a swimmer, at least not a professional one. So this is my first swimming event in life. So living all these emotions and the fear, the adrenaline of all the swimmers is incredible. And I think Naples can feel it as well, even if it's not like a participant.
Francesco, are you able to come off mute and say hello?
Senti?
He's still on mute.
No.
Okay. Luciano, after the event in Naples, you and I had the opportunity to look at possible locations for the induction and award ceremonies in 2022. You brought me to this fantastic castle out in the water. And we went to two fabulous aquatics clubs right on the water. Yeah. We are very excited about coming to Naples in 2022. We've been in Europe 4 times, but only in the English-speaking Ireland and England. They were very, very good events, but they lacked a certain passion. So hopefully when we come to Naples, we can have some of that passion. Tell us a little bit about some of your ideas for that induction and award, and why it'll be special for visitors coming from around the world.
Yes, sure. This is another great satisfaction. Naples is a fascinating city. We work a lot of my events are here in Naples, and tradition with open water swimming is great here in Naples. Naples is a sea city, and open water is a tomb. Precisely for this reason, we have chosen as a slogan for the IMSHOF event, welcome home. Alongside the organization of sporting event, we have always promoted the sport tourism that allows to enjoy all the scenic and cultural beauties of the city and the entire Campania region. I believe that all those who will arrive in Naples in 2022 on the occasion of the IMSHOF induction ceremony will have an excellent experience. Apart from the official events, we will make sure that they have the chance to visit the city of and iconic places such as Amalfi, Sorrento, Vesuvius, and Pompeii and Herculaneum ruins, very special places. And then we will organize an open water competition in which we hope everyone can participate. Guests, the Andictis IMSHOF family, and the Great Napolitan open water family, in order to have a real open water swimming party. And I think this is the most important things.
Fantastic. Well, I want to congratulate the entire team on a job well done for many, many decades, and welcome to the International Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame. Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you very much to you, to IMSHOF.